And then we'll be back.
Okay, so our recording has started, and I am going to leave us, there's three of us here today. So thank you to all of you that messaged to say that you've got plans. I know it's a really busy time of the year. So I'm really pleased that I can record this. I'm so grateful to the ladies that have turned up, and the rest of you can catch this at your leisure. So our topic today, which is the last in our scheduled topics apart from goal setting and accountability for goals. And I'll talk about that as we move to the end of this first session. But our topic today is staying on track when you're on vacation, and life and family, it all kind of gets a bit hectic. So I really wanted to touch on that as you guys come into your summertime. So I've just put together a few ways, and forgive me for slightly looking in this direction. I've got them sitting on my laptop here. So firstly, it's about setting clear goals and expectations. So define specific artistic goals and objectives for your vacation time. And don't be hard on yourself, right? You're on vacation to enjoy time, family, and the beautiful weather that you've got. So set some clear goals and expectations. Also think about, what is it that you're going to do from an art perspective over this time? Is it a certain number of artworks, or are you going to explore a new technique or catch up on some YouTube videos, whatever it might be? Just set yourself some clear goals. So create a schedule. Develop a daily or weekly schedule that includes the time that you need for art creation, for anything that you've got to do on social media, but also make that only a small part of your day. Your focus over this time is to research, to rest, to have fun with family and friends, and get out and enjoy the garden and the sunshine. So, like I said, prioritize self-care. Take time to do self-care activities. And even, things like get out into the garden, enjoy the flowers, take photos, look for art inspiration everywhere, in the garden, as you're walking, in the art gallery, as you're exploring new destinations and having vacations with families. Take lots of photos that you can refer back to as you're looking for inspiration to paint when you get back into the studio. So another great thing is to keep a sketchbook. So keep a sketchbook and just jot down thumbnails or quick sketches or quick watercolors, or just do something quickly that you can go back and remember. A really nice way with sketchbooks is to take photos and then plot out some thumbnails, so that when you get to creating what you've seen and what you've discovered on your vacation, you've got those thumbnails to refer back to. So work on personal projects. So use the vacation time for personal projects that you may not have had time to do previously. So things that have been put away, or I'll get back to it one day. If you find yourselves at home and the family's out doing something else, jot down what those projects are. Go pull it out of the cupboard or pull it off your art bench and have a little play with it. You'll get such satisfaction for bringing life to something that you've shelved or forgotten about. This one I really like, and it's take breaks from social media. So while social media is important to us all for promoting our art and for showcasing who we are and what we're doing, it's really critical to take breaks and to walk away from it for a while. So allow yourself to disconnect so that you can be present with family and friends. That is really important over this time. Nothing replaces family time. In my book, family always comes first. A fun thing to do when you're on vacation and exploring somewhere new is find where the art community hang out. Where are they exhibiting? Where are they showcasing? What are they doing? Find the art stores, ask questions. So engage with the art communities, attend art events, workshops, or meet up to connect with fellow artists in the area. and gain new perspective and build a new supportive network. And a really great way to do that is to walk into an art store and just ask questions. So another fun thing to do if you find yourselves at home and the family are all out enjoying the sunshine is experiment with new techniques. The things you wanted to give a try and you've just not gotten around to. You know, there's no pressure on you to create masterpieces to sell. It's just about playing and exploring. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's only art supplies and paper. So play and explore and do those things that you thought, let's give that a try one day. Now's a great time to do it when you're just relaxed and you've got time. So I'm going to go back to sketchbooks for a minute. Maintain a sketchbook. Carry a sketchbook with you during your vacation and use it to document your experiences, observations, spontaneous ideas. It will keep your artistic and observation skills sharp. And honestly, a sketchbook is like a diary. You don't have to show it to anybody. It's a great way to just observe and draw what you see and just keep that mind sharp and keep your observation skills on point. It's a really, really nice practice to get into. If you're not going to take a break from social media, a great way to keep on top of it is to schedule your content. So you can go into advanced settings and schedule on Instagram and schedule your posts, 2 or 3 a week to keep it ticking along if you want to, making sure that you're using the relevant hashtags. So it will ensure you've got a consistent online presence, which I'm really hot on, but I'm also really hot on self-care and taking time out for yourself. So I actually think a social media break is a really great idea. So set boundaries. So establish boundaries for yourself regarding your time that you spend on art, on social media, and avoid getting caught up in the endless scroll on Instagram, which is why I think social media break is such a good idea. Honestly, get outside, enjoy the garden, enjoy your family and friends, enjoy your vacation. Don't sit and scroll. Life's way too short for that, right? So explore, when you're sitting at the beach or you're sitting down the river and you're sitting with family and friends and there's activity and you've got a bit of time where you could be sit and listening to something, then explore art-related podcasts, listen to books. You can always just pop your AirPods in for half an hour while the family are off with a fishing rod in, or they've gone out on their kayak, or they're doing something. Pop your earphones in and just get a little bit of inspiration, or lie back, enjoy the sunshine with some really nice, relaxing music. So I've talked about art communities and exploring new places when you're on vacation. Another great thing to do is meet other artists in that location, because it's a great way to collaborate with new artists. You get to discover them and they get to discover you, and how wonderful to exchange ideas and share times and just meet new friends over different locations and different networks, and meeting people in person. It's such joy in meeting and connecting somebody face to face. And give yourself permission to rest. Remember that vacations are all about relaxation and recharging. So give yourself permission to rest. Do what you can when you can, but most importantly, connect with your loved ones, spend time with family and friends, throw a sketchbook in your handbag, put your AirPods in your handbag, and you just never know when you're sitting in a cafe or the family are off doing something else, even to sit in the garden and sketch a pot of flowers or a tree or, something in the neighborhood. It's such a wonderful thing to do. And as I said, your sketchbook is private. You don't have to share it with anybody else at all. So what I really want to get you guys to do over this vacation time is breathe, relax and breathe, and enjoy your time with your family and friends, which is why we're doing the Global Art Walk. And I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, I need to know all the things. honestly, it's going to be very slow paced. There's going to be something you have to do each week. Like, so next week will be artist statement, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to stop this video and record it in a second part again, so I can put the appropriate headings on when we post it in the group. But it's not going to be big and involved, and it's not going to be a lot of work. What I want you to do is feel like you're achieving something, you're working towards a bigger goal, but most of all, you're spending time with your family and friends, and you're still involved in something towards your art. So that's the purpose of the art walk. But mostly, go and enjoy, observe, gain inspiration, grab a sketchbook. You know, they're only a few bucks at the dollar store. Grab an ink pen is all you need, or a small palette of watercolors, and you're all set to go out and observe the world. I'll share a story. Yesterday, I currently have 5 15-year-old girls in my house from my daughter's football team. And yesterday, we all went down to the beach. So it's middle of winter here, and they're still swimming in the beach. And so we went down to the beach, and I packed my watercolors and some colored pencils, and I grabbed just a little flip up sand chair and like, I guess, a picnic rug, and thought, I've never painted outside before. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm not sure whether I've got the right supplies. I'm actually not even sure how this is going to work, but I'm going to go and give it a try, because that's how I'll learn. So off I tootled with my little backpack and my sketchbook and my little urine specimen jar to hold water. And I set up on the beach, and it worked great. Like, yes, there's things I would do differently. And I felt really awkward because where I'd sat was kind of almost a thoroughfare of people walking on and off the beach. But the girls, I was where the flags were, and, you know, the girls have to swim between the flags. So I'm like, oh, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to let this stop me. And people just walked past and smiled. So a couple of kids came and stood behind me at one point. And I did. So I sketched the life-saving tower, and then I sketched the view of the hill looking back to where the buildings were. And it was just fun. It was actually just fun. And being outside in the sunshine, the watercolor dried really quickly. So, you know, they are not masterpieces by any stretch of the imagination, but it was fun to get outside and do it. And yes, I took way too much stuff, like way too much stuff, things that I didn't use. So by actually going and starting, and I bet you Danielle's laughing at me because she's a pro at packing her bag, I bet. But, you know, you start somewhere, and then it's like, well, next time I actually only need to take what I used and see how it goes. So when you're on vacation, travel lightly, you know, just even an ink pen and your sketchbook into a cafe or somewhere, take photos. If you wanted to add some color later, you can always add color later, but travel lightly and just get out and enjoy the process. So that is my challenge to you over this vacation time. Does anybody have any questions, or would anybody like to share anything about what their plans for creating over your summertime? Are you going to have a break? Are you going to work on something? What are your plans over the next couple of months? Would anybody like to share?
Well, I'll share because you made me giggle when you said, are you going to try something new or take,
Ooh.
A new skill or take something with you? I actually have a basket on one of my shelves, and the tag hanging on it says little portable projects. I think I've opened it once.
There you
Because
go.
I'm like, wait a minute, I could grab something out of that basket upstairs. But well, I have some other goals to get my Substack and everything going, but I do definitely have a project I want to work on this summer, because I bought a kit from this artist I love. Her moniker on Instagram is Cora Beth Makes, and she makes paper plants, as
Cool.
well as she'll turn a cardboard box into this museum worthy urn with paper mache.
Wow.
I mean, so I bought one of her plant kits because I also wanted it for my kitchen, way up on my cupboards. I have had it at least 8 months now, ladies. I am admitting this, but I'm gonna work on it this summer.
Yeah, and it's fun to do those projects because there's no pressure. So you can
Right.
just play and, you know, as you feel like it, you can just get to it and there's absolutely no pressure at all.
Yes. I
Yeah,
can't wait.
I
So
love
when
it.
I do it, I will post a picture.
Oh, how fun. I look forward to seeing that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Would anybody else like to share? Susan, you're on mute, hun, so come off mute. There she is.
Drew reminded me when she said she bought a new kit. So I bought a mandala kit with the little dots, and I just received it in the mail. So I'll try that this summer. It looks very relaxing and Zen-like to just do the dots and not think about making flowers or anything like that.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. That
It's a
sounds,
little box, so it could travel easily. I think
yeah, how
everything you
nice.
need is in the box.
And it sounds lovely and repetitive. I like the sound of that, actually. Very cathartic and meditative. I like that. Sounds great. Oh, if you feel like you want to share when you've done, I'd love to see it.
Okay, and I could share the link. I found the lady on Instagram, I think, and I'll share her link because she packs everything you need to try it in one little box.
Oh, great.
So
Yeah,
travel
that sounds
worthy.
good. Yeah, perfect. And it's nice to just itch that artistic or scratch that artistic itch, right? When you're away and you just want to do something, it's a
Mhm.
great way to do that. I love that idea a lot. Well done. Yeah, nice. Nice. Would anybody else like to share before we finish off this session? No? But I'll encourage you to grab a sketchbook. I've been loving my sketchbooks just for portability and just to sit and have a play and sketch and play and paint and just with no pressure. And if it turns out not the way I'd hope, I can just turn the page and try again. So it's, you know, again, it's just a cheap sketchbook and a bit of watercolor paint and pen and a few colored pencils, which have become an obsession. So let's say quite a few colored pencils. There is a caveat, there is a warning in sketchbook supplies. Yeah, but I am going to put in the networking group, I am going to put a Patreon post up. So there's some wonderful Patreon sketchbook illustrators and artists. And during this coming week, I am going to put a post up in the networking group because I'd love to see who everybody is following on Patreon. And then we've done a YouTube one and I'll just bump that up as well. Because it's always nice if you've got a few minutes and you want to watch something, you've got a library there that you can go and check out if you want to catch somebody new.
Is it
All right.
okay if we share names of people we follow too
Yeah,
with you? Okay.
that would be great. Yeah, that would be really good. Be nice to share and see who's following who and who likes who, because I bet you there's people that I'm following that you guys don't know. And likewise, there'll be people that you follow and enjoy and that we may not know. So it's lovely to share and also what you like about them. So those posts will be going up also. And that's a fun way to try something new or grab some inspiration and, 20 minutes of a YouTube video if you've got a little bit of time to kill somewhere. Or you're curled up in the summer sun with a nice cup of tea. Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end this clip now and then we're going to start again and talk about our global art walk. So give me a moment and I'll just finish off this video.